Right. Yes, guys. So today we'll try to observe loose coupling part of that discussion by developing one more DAO class having MySQL. So shall I go for MySQL, guys? MySQL. Today let me introduce MySQL database software. So with this, we'll wind up our mini project discussion. Okay, nearly 10 to 15 people only submitted task, boss. Remaining people, I think I have given time till Tuesday, na? Yes, boss. So first of all, we should understand the difference between physical database software versus logical database software. Logical database. Logical DB is a logical partition of physical database software. Physical database software. If multiple projects of a company are using same physical database software, then that physical database software will be installed only for one time in remote computer, only for one time in in common computer, and 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 okay, boss. Multiple. Satish, I'm just explaining that now. Can't you wait until I complete the process, boss? Satish, you have to show some patience, boss. Not this day. Every day you are having same issue. This is the last warning I am giving. Other day I will remove from the meeting. I just started. Guys, show some common sense while attending classes. You are a graduates. Don't forget that. And multiple logical DBs will be created for multiple projects. Okay. On one per project basis. On what basis here? One per project basis. So at least now you got it. It's a partition, boss. Suppose this is Oracle. This is my computer 1 or machine 1. Computer or machine 10. In this one, Oracle database software is installed. Oracle database software is installed, which is called physical database software. Yes. And every database software at the bottom contains a database engine, boss. That's the common one, a DB engine. Contains what, guys? Database engine. Okay, boss. Now listen here. Yes, this is my logical DB1 for project 1. Logical DB1 for project. Logical partition. Suppose if you feel entire building is a physical database software, in that one, each floor is called one logical database. If you feel entire floor is a physical database software, in that one, each room is called one logical partition. See, boss, entire building as a single partition may be wasted, cannot be used by multiple people. So what they will do, in one floor, they will try to have multiple partition so that multiple people can utilize it as multiple classrooms, as living room, bedroom, kitchen. So it will be used in multiple angles are not there. So in a company, if 10 projects are using Oracle will not be installed 10 times, boss. Oracle will be installed only for one time in a common computer. In that one, multiple logical DBs will be created for multiple projects on one per project basis. Listen, guys, in Oracle, every logical database is identified with its SID, service ID. P1 I am taking. P2 I am taking. P3 I am taking. Yes. In our kill database software, every logical DB is identified with its SID, service ID. So now onwards, database software means physical database software, Oracle, MySQL kind of thing. Database name means logical database name. Okay, na? In our every logical database is identified with its what? SID. In Oracle, that logical database name is technically called as what? SID, service ID. Yes. Now listen. Uh, During logical database creation, we have to choose the SID, boss. You have to choose the SID. And by default, Oracle installation will give one single logical database. And generally, in case of enterprise edition of Oracle, that is ORCL. In case of express edition of Oracle, that is XC. The XC means trial version of Oracle. Is not an enterprise edition. All features will not work. All queries will not work. Some queries will fail. That's why express edition. Its SID is what? XC. If you install enterprise edition of Oracle, the SID is what? ORCL. Anyhow, discussion has come. Let's go for it. Oracle database software installation gives one logical DB by default, and its SID is XE or ORCL. ORCL. Oracle Express Edition. Oracle Express Edition default SID. Default logical DB. DB's SID is X. Oracle Enterprise Edition. Commercial one. Enterprise means commercial one. Default logical DB SID is ORCL. Yes, boss. Now focus here also. This is again our what? Computer or machine. Some 10. Same story in case of MySQL, boss. Okay. Mr. Zigzag name, I said no, one per project. One per project means why same SID will be there. First see the diagram, Mr. Zigzag name. And did I give same SID or different SID? Keep the habit of seeing the diagram properly. Yes. DB engine, guys. This is my MySQL database software, guys, which is nothing but physical database software. Right, boss. Not compulsory every time two only should be there. Yes, boss. Logical DB1 for pros1. Pros1 name. Here there is no word called SID, guys. Here name terminology is there. Okay. Yes, one. My choice. Any name I can give, boss. Here SID word is not there. Logical DB name word only there. Name yes to. Not compulsory. This should have same size, boss. They can have different sizes also. According to the project requirement, will. Here is what S4. In MySQL database software, nothing but physical database software. Every logical DB is identified. Every logical DB is identified with its logical database name. Identified with its what? Logical database name. Okay, boss. Next. Oh, I think everything is mentioned as pros1. Huh? Okay. Let's change this one to pros2. That is confusing you people. Huh? Now I got it. Pros3. Pros1. Pros2. Pros3. Yes. Here is what? Pros4. Yes, boss. Now listen. Okay, guys. Now listen. In logical DB, logical DB2, logical DB3, logical DB1, DB2, DB3, DB4, DB4. Every logical DB of every logical DB contains DB tables, views, PL/SQL procedures, functions, and etc. related to one specific project, and etc. related to one specific project, guys. One specific project. I think you got the clarity here, guys. So now I would like to talk about MySQL, boss. MySQL. Installation of MySQL is like next, finish, boss. Next, finish. And if you install MySQL, listen, if you install MySQL, you will get built-in GUI tool. That is MySQL Workbench. What is that? MySQL Workbench. You will get it a built-in GUI DB tool. There is no need of you arranging separately. Okay. MySQL 8.xr plus installation gives MySQL Workbench as the built-in GUI DB tool. Come on. Sir, MySQL database software. SQL server is different. MySQL is different. Built-in GUI DB tool called, what is that? MySQL Workbench. Yes. Yeah, I'll show the setup file, guys. How does it looks? You can download from internet easily, not a big issue. G Drive softwares. I generally maintain copies of softwares here. MySQL here. Come on. MySQL. This is the setup file you will generally get, guys. This is the setup file. .exe, which is a setup file. Yeah. Take this setup file, guys. You simply say download. You simply say download. Okay. You simply say download. See, guys, you got it or not there? Download option is there. Are you seeing it? Okay. Now take the bigger one. Download option. Oh, someone is asking me archives. Take it. Yes, here is the URL. Now, listen. procedure to create logical DB having DB table in MySQL 8.x database software. Yeah, this MySQL is nothing but what physical was. 8.x database software. Physical database software using its MySQL Workbench GUI DB tool. Workbench GUI DB tool. MySQL Workbench GUI DB tool. That's it, boss. Shall we concentrate on further activities, boss? Step number 1. Launch. Launch MySQL GUI DB tool. Otherwise, I'll give simple process. First, see the process. Just type MySQL, guys. You will get what? MySQL Workbench. Along with installation of MySQL only, you will get it. How we got SQL developer for Oracle was? Similarly, we got MySQL Workbench. But in case of Oracle, we should install SQL developer separately. But in case of MySQL, you need not to install MySQL Workbench separately. Once you are ready with what? MySQL, happily you will get MySQL Workbench. Okay. I'm creating a connection, boss. Launch MySQL, create a connection plus symbol. Name for the connection, connection 1. Connection 1. And default password is root only. Default username is root, default password is root. Always remember that. Test connection. Test connection. Unable to connect to the host. I will tell. Maybe my MySQL is not there in running mode. How to keep that one in running mode? Go to services.msc. Go to services.msc, guys. Yeah, you have to choose username password during installation itself. Yes, here we are having MySQL, guys. Okay, here we are having MySQL. Let's go for start it. It's in running mode, boss. Now come here. Connection 1, connection 1. Password is root. Done. Test connection. Successfully made a MySQL connection. It's not error. It's not error. Got it? Okay. Okay. Host name is localhost, boss. Current computer. Current computer. That's it. No, by default, MySQL will be started, guys. Other day I stopped. That's why it is doing like that. Test connection. Then okay. Now we got the connection 1. Click on it. We got the connection one, this one. So these are already available logical DBs. Old sys Shekila, these are the default logical DBs, and these are the other logical DBs which I have created for different batches. Again, here we have option to create logical database. Check it out. Plus symbol. Okay. Plus symbol. Now I let me take one more thing. What is that? Yeah, NTSBM MSDB. NTSBM. What's the batch code, guys? 714DB. Something, some name, anything you can give. Apply, apply. Yes, one logical database is created, boss. No doubt, one logical database is created. Check it out here. Right. So now I want to create a table there. But first of all, according to our mini project, where is the table? What is the table? Where is the table? What are the columns? I just want to do it. See, what are the columns? I think we can get the columns here. Name, cust ID, cust name, cust address, PAMT, rate, time, and interest amount. So these are the columns that we are having, boss. So these are the columns we are having. Right, boss. Otherwise, we'll try to know the columns by opening a SQL developer. It takes time. Huh? Okay. Meanwhile, we'll start it. What's the table name we have taken? Because I want to have a same table, boss. Real time DI underscore customer underscore. No, I don't want your tables. I want my table. Real time DI underscore customer. Come here. Yeah. Now listen. In my in in MySQL, there are no sequences. There are no sequences. So that you cannot think about generating customer ID dynamically using sequences. Here we should use auto increment columns, boss. What columns? Auto increment column. You insert values to remaining column. The value to auto increment column will come automatically. By default, one will come. If already values are there, previous value plus one will come. If no values are there, first time you are doing that, one will come. If already values are there, previous value plus one will come. Okay. But you have to create a column of what type, guys? Of what type, guys? Okay. Auto increment type. Have a look now. Have a look. What is the table name? Real time DI underscore. Real time DI underscore customer. Real time DI underscore customer. Here is my cust ID. Here is my cust ID. Primary key. Here AI is there, na? This AI indicates auto increment. This AI indicates auto increment. Are you listening my statement, boss? Okay. AI indicates auto increment. Yeah. PK indicates primary key constraint. NN means not null. UK means unique key. Unique key. And this is extra auto increment. Next. Customer name. 45 is coming, but let me make it 15. Next one, cust address. 15 is coming. Okay, boss. Hmm. We didn't select NN Ra Babu. When you select PK, NN will come automatically. Observe guys, observe PAMT, PAMT, principal amount, float. Okay. Tell me next one. Time. First rate, then time. Huh? Okay. First rate. Okay. What is that, guys? Float. Float. Done. Done, boss. Yes. Apply. 1 minute. I just want to go back. Yes. Interest amount. INTR amount. INTR amount. What is that? Float. INTR amount. Apply. Okay. Time data type is given wrong. Time also float na boss. 20.5 months. What's the problem? 30.5 months. What's the problem? Yes, float only, boss. Yes, these are the various data types, boss. These are the various data types. Say apply, apply, finish. Yes, you are ready with the table, boss. Did you notice this? Yes. Real time DA underscore customer. Select rows. I'll show the auto increment power, boss. You please observe auto increment power. Raja address. Address. Some interest, leave it. I am not entering. Just apply. Apply. Observe, guys. One has come automatically. One has come out. Only for knowledge sake, I am showing, boss. Nothing else. So I am taking second one. Ramesh Vizak. Okay, guys. Okay, boss. Vizak. Apply. Done. Two has come or not. See, now I deleted second record. I deleted second record. Auto, I think you are observing the power of auto increment. Yes. Yeah, I'm deleting second record, guys. Apply. Now second record is, why it is not going? Delete rows. Apply. Done. Finish. So now I am typing one more thing. Karan Vizak. Karan Vizak. Now tell me, boss. When I say apply, 2 will comma, 3 will comma. 2 will comma, 3 will comma. 3 will come. It is not max value plus 1. It is what? Previous value plus 1. Max value, it is what? Previous value plus 1. It is always what? Previous value plus 1. Are you getting my point, guys? Remember it. That is the feature of auto increment, boss. Some people will also call it as identity columns. Identity columns, auto increment, both are one and the same. Previous value plus 1, previous value plus 1. Aishish, try to improve your English, Ra Babu. It's not max value plus 1, previous value. Previous means already generated value, not available value. Waste fellow. Previously generated value plus 1. Already 2 is generated, na? For that one, what is the next value? Previous value means not in the display one. Previously generated value plus 1. Okay, guys. No, I'm just keeping empty because I don't want to insert manually. I want to see everything happening from the application. Okay, now if I insert the record, what will be the cust ID, boss? What will be the cust ID? 4. 4 will be the cust ID. So can I give the procedure? Launch MySQL workbench. Launch MySQL workbench. Come on, guys. Next. Launch MySQL workbench. Create connection. Using plus symbol, create connection. So in that process, you should submit all these details, right? Okay. It is our choice. Here, local host. This is the default port number. Okay. Abhishek Singh sequence also same thing. Previous value plus 1. Yes. Password root. Okay. First you have to say test connection, boss. Then we have to say okay. Then you have to say okay. Next one. This is after that. Create logical DB. Create logical DB. What is the symbol to create logical DB, guys? This is the symbol to create logical DB. Create logical DB. What is the name, guys? Name is name NTSB MS 714 DB. 714 DB. Okay. This creates a logical DB, boss. Next. Go to NTSP BMS 714 logical DB. Expand DB tables. Expand. Okay, 1 minute. Right click on DB tables. Right click on tables. New. Right click on tables. New. This is the table name, guys. These are the column names and data types. But here AI means auto increment. Auto increment. Yes. Arrow apply, arrow execute. Yes. With this, we'll be ready with the table, guys. One note. What is this? No, there are no sequences in MySQL. So we can use auto increment constraint. Auto increment constraint to generate ID values, nothing but PK values, PK column values dynamically. Dynamically. What guys? PK generated value. Okay. Okay, guys. So this is about auto increment constraint, boss. Everyone convinced with this table creation, everything is okay, boss. Right now we are now to connect it to Oracle. We have kept driver related information, now, boss. So similarly, to connect it to MySQL, we should have MySQL related information. We should have MySQL related JDBC driver details, guys. Okay. So the popular JDBC driver, to interact with the MySQL database software is MySQL connector JDBC driver. What is that, guys? Connector JDBC driver. And its details are. Yeah, tell me, guys, in order to work with any JDBC driver, we should have a driver class name or not? Driver class name. Tell me, what is the driver class name, guys? Com dot MySQL dot CZ dot CZ dot driver. Sorry, not driver dot. JDBC dot driver. Array, we got na Oracle dot JDBC dot driver dot Oracle driver. Similarly, here also we are having what? Com dot MySQL dot CZ dot JDBC dot driver. Next one, URL. Next one is what? URL. JDBC colon MySQL colon 3 slashes logical DB name for local MySQL database software. Java application and MySQL database software both are there in the same computer. Then the syntax is enough. No need of writing host name and port number, guys. You can do like this. No, both are not there in the same computer. Then what? JDBC colon MySQL colon 2 slashes, then host name, generally log host name, then port number, then host name, then port number slash logical DB name for remote MySQL database software. Are you getting my point there or not? CJ means connector J. CJ means connector J. CJ means connector J. Fine. So this is for local MySQL database software. This is remote MySQL database software. That's enough. Jar file. Array, jar file is there. MySQL hyphen connector hyphen Java hyphen version dot jar file. version.jar file. Yeah, this jar file should be there, boss. While working with Oracle, we have kept OJDBC 6.jar or 8.jar. Similarly, we have to keep one or other jar file to the class path. One or other jar file to the class path. Are you getting my point there, guys? Come on. Convinced with me? Yes. MySQL connector Java version.jar, you have to add it. Now listen, what DAO we have taken to insert the record into Oracle, can I use same DAO to interact with MySQL? No. Why, sir? In the query, what is there? Sequence is there. MySQL supports sequence. MySQL supports sequences. No. So that means query definitely changes. When query changes, here also certain changes will come. Will come or not? So here also certain changes will come. That to the data source that is injected is pointing to whom, guys? The data source that is injected is pointing to whom? Oracle. But now I want to inject data source that is pointing to what? MySQL. So according to strategy design pattern, it's better to take what, guys? One more DAO implementing same interface or not? One more DAO implementing same interface. What do you say, guys? Enhancement. Our code must be open for enhancement. Must be closed for modification. To make it closed for modification, yes, we can take final. Anyhow, we are taking data source of interface type only. And moreover, query changing, boss. Moreover, query changing. I cannot use this DAO as it is for MySQL. I have to develop one more this one. I'm planning to show how loose coupling can be achieved by using what? Um, strategy design pattern. That is the powerfulness I am trying to show. So we have to think about using another DAO. Since we are using another DAO, let me change the name of existing DAO. Customer Oracle DAO I want to take. Customer Oracle DAO. Here also I will change the name to Customer Oracle DAO. Here also I will change the name to Customer Oracle DAO. That's good. Not only there, boss, in Spring Bean configuration file also the change should reflect. In Spring Bean configuration file also the change should reflect. Customer Oracle DAO. Nice, boss. Okay, now I'm trying to develop one more implementation class, boss. I'm planning to develop one more implementation class. File save as customer MySQL DAO. Customer MySQL DAO IMPL. Change the class name to MySQL DAO. Yes, guys. Now listen carefully. Listen carefully. Real-time DI customer insert query. What's the speciality, guys? If we insert values to remaining column, auto increment column will come automatically. Okay, that's why I'm just total 7 columns are there, but I kept only 6 question marks. Did you realize that? Total 7 columns are there, but I kept only 6 question marks. How many columns are there, guys, here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But how many question marks I kept? 6. But problem is there. What is the problem? In any table, if If you are not interested to insert values to all the columns, if you are not interested to insert the values to all the column, you are interested to insert the values to specific columns of your choice. Specific columns of your choice. You must mention those column names after the table name or not. You must specify the column names after table name or not. Cust name, comma. Next. Cust address, comma. Cust address, comma. PAMT, comma. Rate, comma. Time, comma. INTR amount. INTR amount. So otherwise you will get problem, boss. Out of 7 columns, you are interested to insert in 6 column. You must mention those 6 column names. So now query changed, boss. Is there any wrong sense of what? Taking separate DAO, boss? Array, strategy design pattern is all about that one only, na? Right. Okay. DS, insert. Done, boss. Done. DS dot get connection. Query ready. I think 6 question marks are there. 6 question marks are there. Yeah, that is SOP only, don't worry. 6 question marks are there, and luckily we are setting correct 6 values, guys. Cust name, cust address. Cust name, get address, PAMT, rate, time, interest amount. Everything is perfect here. Everything is perfect here. But we have to learn new things every day, boss. Okay, so now today let me develop this one with try with resource, because I want to work with try with resource today, because we already gained knowledge of what try catch, finally exception, rethrowing, everything, right? But today I want to give the knowledge of try with resource. This is perfect, but try with resource is the new concept. What's the advantage of try with resource, guys? Try with resource, you need not to close any objects. They will be closed automatically at the end of the try, right? They will be closed automatically at the end of the try if they are opened by using what? Try with resource option. Let's have a look now. Here I am taking try. Inside this I am writing this line. Semicolon. No need of these two things, guys. Okay. Connection con is equal to this one. Semicolon, guys. Space. Next. Similarly, prepared statement PS is equal to prepared statement PS is equal to, yeah, now here try started, try with resource started. See, within the try itself I am creating 2 objects. At the end of the try, those objects will be closed automatically. You need not to close them. You need not to close them. Is that clear, guys? Get pooled JDBC connection object and create prepared statement object. Set query param values, guys. Execute the query, guys. Catch block, guys. Catch block, exception rethrowing. No need of any finally block. No need of taking any finally block. Sir, you are not closing prepared statement, you are not closing connection. Since I opened them inside the try with resource, parameters, open floor bracket, that is called try with resource. They will be closed automatically at the end of the try. At this line only they will be closed. You need not to close them. You need not to close them. Are you listening my statement, guys? Try with resource. Try with resource. Over, boss. End of this story. Now listen. So improvisation, we got a chance to see try with resource. But problem is for this MySQL try with resource came from Java 7. From for JDBC support has come from Java 8. Java 7 feature, but for JDBC objects it is introduced from Java 8. For IO streams it is working from Java 7 itself. Okay, now listen. Now I have to create connection pool for MySQL also. Now, boss, data source pointing to MySQL should also be there. That should be injected to the DAO IMPL of customer pointing to MySQL. Let's see, guys. Data sources configurations. That's cool. Here I will write vara DMDS or a kill DMDS. Okay, that's cool. Similarly, I will take MySQL DMDS. Driver class name. What is driver class name, guys? Com dot MySQL dot CJ dot JDBC dot driver. URL, boss. URL. Local only, na? JDBC colon MySQL colon 3 slashes NTSP BMS 714 DB. Nice. What is the username, guys? Root. What is the password, guys? Root. That's fine. This is fixed, guys. Password will be choosing during installation, but generally we take root only. Super, guys. DAO classes configuration. Okay, guys. Vara custody AO. Vara custody AO. Similarly, Vara DMDS. Vara MySQL DMDS. So I will take this one. I'll change to this one. For Oracle DAO, what should I inject? Vara DMDS. For MySQL, what should I inject, guys? MySQL custody AO. MySQL custody AO. Come on, guys. MySQL DMDS. Vara DMDS, MySQL DMDS. Now, I want to, we have only one service class, guys. But right now, I want to see my service class talking to what? MySQL database software. So, comment this one, guys. Comment this one, guys. Save. Name is equal to DAO. Tell me, guys. MySQL custody AO. What DAO, guys? MySQL custody AO. That's it, boss. Yeah, here. Customer MySQL DAO IMPL. I hope you are on par with me. Okay, now see the loose coupling, boss. I want to interact with Oracle. Comment this, enable this. I want to interact with MySQL. Comment first one, enable second one. Or just change the bean ID, your choice. Am I touching the source code anywhere, guys? Am I not achieving loose coupling? Am I not touching loose coupling? Come on, come on. See, without touching the source code of Java, we are able to change from one database to another database by just changing bean IDs in Spring Bean configuration file. I hope you are noticing it. Yes. Let us run the application now. Let us run the application now. Real-time DI test, guys. Java application. Customer name Mahesh. Address Hyderabad. Principal amount 50,000. Rate of interest 2. Time of interest 12 months. Time of interest. It's my mistake, guys. It's really my mistake. Why? Because I have not added jars. Okay. Now listen, guys. Listen. Yeah, why it is giving error? Array, we have done all this angama, but did we add MySQL related jar, guys? Did we add MySQL related jar? You must keep MySQL related jar or not. So definitely we should add MySQL related jar. What do you say, guys? mvnrepository.com, boss. MySQL connector J. Yes, we got it. Take the latest one only. Copy this one. Say paste. Save it. Now MySQL jar is also imported, boss. It takes time. Wait until it comes 100%. Real-time DI test, boss. Customer name Karan. Address Hyderabad. Principal amount 40,000. Rate of interest 2. Time of interest 12. Yes, customer registered successfully. Simple interest amount this one. Go to MySQL, guys. Say refresh. 4 has come. Did you notice this? Just a minute. I'll keep magnifier on, guys. For Karan Hyderabad 40,000, 12, 9,600. Record got inserted or not there? Yes. Values are wrongly inserted. Huh? Oh, order is different. Order is different. Rate 12 has come, time this one has come. No problem. We'll do it now. We'll do it by deleting it. Delete row, apply, done. Okay, boss. Yeah, I think order is gone wrong. Huh? In my SQL, order is gone wrong. PAMT rate time. Here, what I have given PAMT. Oh, 50's rate is taken. Huh? For rate, fifth time. Real time DI test, guys. Current address, principal amount 40,000, customer rate of interest 2, time 10 months. Yes, boss. I think now you will be getting correct one, boss. This is not our one. Refresh. 5 is coming. Yes. Came rightly, boss. Like this, we can interact with MySQL. Okay. Now, listen. I want to change to Oracle, boss. See, I need not to disturb anything, boss. You comment this line, you enable this line. You comment this line and you enable this line. That's it. Comment this line. Loose coupling. See the loose coupling. I am not touching the source code. Did you observe that? Real time DI test. Address Hyderabad. Principal amount 90,000. Rate of interest 2. Time is what? 10 months. So now it is doing insertion operation in MySQL. See, Oracle DAO object is created. And observe connection. Real time DI. Okay. If both are enabled, second one will override. If both are enabled, 2 times constructor hyphen arg tag na. 2 times constructor hyphen arg tag means use common sense. It looks for 2 param constructor. Do you have a 2 param constructor in the service class? No. You will get the exception. You will get the exception. Fine. Okay. Data. See guys. Suresh record is now inserted. Just now I have inserted Suresh record. I think you are able to feel the loose coupling with the project level. We can change one DAO to another DAO, one data source to another data source, one database to another database without touching the source code. Are you completely feeling the loose coupling here or not? Spring is also known for loose coupling. Spring is really known for loose coupling. I hope you are enjoying that loose coupling from the scratch. Everyone is thoroughly enjoying the loose coupling. What do you say, guys? Right, boss. Okay. Now what I do is I'll give the procedure to you people. Procedure to make our mini project also interacting with MySQL database software. Also interacting with MySQL database software. Step number 1. Add MySQL hyphen connector hyphen Java hyphen version.jar file to class path or build path. Class path or build path through pom.xml. This is the first thing, boss. This is the first thing. Okay, boss. What is the first thing I have done here? This is the done, boss. Say paste. Step number 2. Step number 2. Make sure that DB table is created in MySQL database software having auto increment constraint. constraint for PK column. Auto increment constraint for PK column as shown above. What guys? As shown above. Already we have given entire story was. Next, number three. Number three. Develop separate DAO class. Develop separate DAO class for MySQL. Develop separate DAO class for MySQL having persistence logic. Having persistence logic. Simply having this persistence logic. Simply having persistence logic. What is the most important thing is this query, guys. Most important thing here is the query. Step number 4. Okay, boss. Next one. Configure Spring Beans as shown below. Configure Spring Beans as shown below in Spring Bean configuration file. As shown below in Spring Bean configuration file. What file, guys? Spring Bean configuration file. What is the one I should highlight here, guys? The one I should highlight here is this part. This is the one part I should highlight. This is the one more part I should highlight. And this is the one more part I should highlight. Yes, guys. With this, we have completed our what? Mini project discussion, boss. Right. I think, I hope you are able to improvise that, guys. I hope you will improvise that one or not. Okay. Yes. And do these things. And if possible, I will try to give it's a directory structure once to know what is there, what is not there. I have already shared, boss. Okay. No, while submitting task, you need not to develop for two databases. One database is enough. Only the thing is, I'm just showing loose coupling. Someone asked me, sir, for MySQL take separate project. Or if you take separate project, where you take the advantage of loose coupling? I have taken MySQL in the same project to tell that how my Spring is giving great support of loose coupling. Great support of loose coupling. Who is that fellow asked, sir, don't mix up in the existing project. Please go to another project. Array, that is before coming to Spring. In Spring, we have a loose coupling. Our strategy design pattern says what? Code with interfaces so that you can achieve loose coupling. Strategy design pattern says what? Because you are coding with interfaces, it automatically becomes ready for enhancement, right? Okay, boss. Abhishek Singh, if you want to paintbrush only. Use correct app, Picasa application, Google Photos, or Paint application you use. Happily, you can open it nicely. Yes, boss. Right, boss. Now listen carefully. Singleton Java class, boss. The Java class. No, someone is asking me, give me text content. No, if you give text content, you will lose the images. That's it. And I cannot give images and text content separately, boss. Why? You cannot sync which diagram for which theory. So that's why I try to use proper applications and open them. Definitely it comes. It's a regular paint in every system, it will be there. In mobile, you are getting problems, huh? Okay. Yes, yes. Actually, in Google Classroom, some issue is there. Google Classroom, some issue is there related to this one. Issue is there, we are working out, especially in image uploading, some issues are coming. Until we resolve the problem, please try to adjust with Facebook only. Definitely will go back to Google Classroom, no doubt in that. Yes, boss. I think in mobile also they will come nicely. You have to open it proper settings. Fine, boss. The Java class that allows us to create Ashish, I'm against of people creating groups. Any discussion should happen in my Facebook group. I'm telling to everyone, I don't want to see any Telegram group, any WhatsApp group with the batch name or with any name. Because I have given a bigger domain. Why are you narrowing your domain to one batch? Why don't you post your questions in the group, Facebook group? Not only your batch student, other batch students also will answer. I also will answer. I don't want to see any kind of groups. I know people are misutilizing the groups, especially girls. Be careful. Don't entertain this kind of groups. These are professional courses, Ra Babu. Use environment in a professional manner. Right. Sir, if you don't use Facebook, you have to create account at least for that one, sir. No option. Because using Facebook is not a crime. Sorry. Fine. The Java class that allows us to create only one object in any situation is called singleton Java class. Okay, boss. Instead of creating multiple objects for Java class, either having no data or same data, it is recommended to create only one object and use that object for multiple times. Okay, boss, multiple times. Right, boss? Now listen, this is very interesting. This is very. Sir, I have a class that actually allows to create a number of objects, but I am interested to create only one object. I am interested to create only one object. Are you understanding my statement, boss? Okay. Then that class is not called as a singleton class, boss. Come on. Class is there, allowing to create 10 objects, but I created one object and I'm using that object. Do you think that's a singleton class? No, 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 no. No, I'm asking one question. Servlet container creates how many objects for our servlet component class? One, right? Can I say our servlet component class is singleton class? No, no. And by default, IOC container creates how many objects for our Spring Bean class? By default, IOC container creates how many objects for our Spring Bean class? Only one. If you try to call getBean method with the same bean ID for multiple times, we got same object, same hash code. Other day I have shown, right? But can I call my Spring Bean class is a singleton class? Yeah, I'll show programmatically also, don't worry. Though class is allowing to create. Though class is allowing to create multiple objects for Java class. Okay. If we create only one object, if we create only one object for that class, then that class is not called as singleton class, singleton Java class. Yes, boss. Now listen. Servlet component class is not singleton Java class, boss. Spring Bean is not. Spring Bean class is not singleton class. They sound like that, but actually no. They sound like that, they are actually no. See, boss. See. There is no money, that's why there is no corruption. Can you call that person as a sincere government employee? No. Since there is no money in the department, that's why he's not doing corruption. Can I call him as a sincere employee? No. When he is called as sincere employee, even though a lot of money is flowing, but he is not doing any corruption, then he is called as what? Sincere employee. Yes or no? Na? Same thing here. Same thing. Class is allowing to create more objects. I am happy with one object. That's why I have not created second, third object. Do you think that class is singleton class? No, no, no. Though I am trying to create more object, class should not allow me to create more than one object. Such class is called what? Singleton class. Such classes are called as what? Singleton class. Why are you teaching, sir? Why are you teaching? Very simple. I have to launch Spring Bean scopes, boss. Okay, there is a scope called singleton scope to tell that there is no link between singleton Java class and singleton scope. I am teaching this one. That means for launching Spring Bean scope, I am preparing the background. I will give minimum knowledge of singleton Java class here, because complete singleton design pattern, I generally spend 10 to 12 days in design pattern batch. So basic idea about singleton Java class will be given here. Later that knowledge will be used in what? Explaining Spring Bean scopes. So question about Spring Bean scope is very common in the interview room. Don't miss the class. Don't miss the class. Thank you guys. We'll meet tomorrow and we will talk about Spring Bean scope. After that, I'll introduce application context container. After that, I'll introduce annotation driven Spring programming. Then 100% code driven Spring programming. Once these three are over, our Spring basics will be done. After that, I will be launching officially Spring Boot. Is that clear? Okay. Pavitra, Natraj Java Arena, 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 ARENA. Dishankras, in future I will create more projects. Workshop will be conducted on all the things. All the things will be given. Abhinash, tomorrow again we will be discussing this one. Ganjan Gaurav, yeah, it will be shown for both web applications and standalone applications. Yeah, spring beans are very important. Pavitra, ARENA, not ARANA. Surya, namespaces of more of XML, boss. Okay, XML utilization is drastically reduced in the industry. Not even maintenance projects are dealing with XML. So that's why stop thinking more about XML. Concentrate more on annotations and Spring Boot based programming. Shilpa Kotre, please contact admin to get the further details. To get the details. Please contact admin. Please contact admin. Okay. Yesterday debugging class is happened. One more session is there next Sunday. Okay, boss. Mr. Jigjag name, classes will happen on Sundays also. Classes will happen on Sundays. IBA, IBA, index.jsp will act as a default welcome file in Tomcat server. Hibernate match mostly from May 5th onwards, 9 a.m. Okay, boss. IBA, your question is wrong. Please check once. Admin, debugging workshop is announced long back. It is there in the YouTube. You can watch. IBA, your question, debugging notes is already uploaded to Facebook. MPK, I will cover all 5 types of injections. Don't worry. I will cover all 5 types of injection. May 5th, 9 a.m. Hibernate batch. Yeah, even PDF is already there in the group. Shilpa Kotari, you can ask questions, but it's better to send email. Yesterday debugging class happened and it is uploaded to the YouTube channel. Yes, in the YouTube channel of Naresh IT, you can get it. Web service new batch still not there. Akil P, I am sharing paintbrush here. You please sit and convert into PDF. It won't take much time. It will not take much time. Okay, boss. Right. Thank you, guys. UI classes, once started, I'll announce. Don't worry about it. Yes. Baswaraz Raut, Spring Bean default scope is singleton only. Next Sunday, debugging class continuation will be there. Shanmukh, right now only that slot is free, boss. Thank you. Have a nice time.